It's time now for our Angel of the Day. Today we're taking a look at Services of Hope.
Right now we're talking with Mr. Daniel Prescott. And first of all, Daniel, we'd like to say God bless you, sir, and thank you so much for joining us here on Heaven 97. Why don't you kind of talk to us about your foundation that you have there? Give us the full name of it and talk to us about that great foundation.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ashley, for selecting Services of Hope. Services of Hope is a 10-year-old parachurch nonprofit that our goal is education, character development, and community resources. And we do that out of our corporate office in the neighborhood of Love Field, a little neighborhood called Elm Thicket if you're from Dallas, or North Park if you're not from Dallas. And it's right where Lincoln and Mockingbird intersect. That's our corporate office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we understand, Daniel, that you have a theme here, preparing today's youth for tomorrow's challenges. Just kind of talk to us about what you're actually doing and what you're seeing there.
We originally started as an organization that worked with young kids coming out of the Dallas County juvenile justice system. And what we saw when we were dealing with those kids in the juvenile justice system is that their problems didn't start when they became teenagers. Their problems started much earlier when they were in elementary and middle school. So we changed our mission from doing prevention to doing intervention and moved away from the juvenile justice system and moved into the Dallas Independent School District, working in elementary schools in underserved communities. And we wanted to bring educational programming, which is which is reading, writing, math, working with the kids on the STARS test, character development. We use a program called Social Responsibility Training. It's a nationally based research model that gives cognitive thinking skills. And then we wanted to have connections, which we call the community resources and connections that a parent and a student, a teacher would need to help that student get through those hard times, from getting school uniforms to food to summer jobs.
Yes. Now, we've all heard about that school-to-prison pipeline. It sounds like you're disrupting that pipeline.
That's our goal, Dr. Ashley, is that we want to disrupt it by better preparing the students in elementary school to go through the tough years of middle school and then be prepared in high school to go on, graduate, whether you go to college, job training, the military, or whatever career you choose to be prepared in the foundational fields, in the foundational stages like we all were when we grew up.
Yes. Now, Daniel, also, what did you find, because it's very, very interesting, what did you find that was happening in the elementary school that could get a youngster off the right track? You had to go back to the schools at such a elementary school? What was going on?
Well, many of our kids are misdiagnosed as being learning different. So we put them into classes that they're not getting the foundations of reading, writing, or math, and therefore they drop 1 year to 2 years behind. So when they hit third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and they start taking the STARS test, they're already behind because they're not reading on grade level. So if you're not, I think that DISD has come up with an excellent plan of that they're starting pre-K4 kindergarten. And as we get students in school at earlier ages, we're able to work with them and give them the fundamentals early. And then what our program comes in and does is it supplements what the district is doing and what parents are doing or grandparents are doing. Because, Robert, remember, three things are happening now. One, we have younger parents than we've ever had before. Teenage mothers can be as old as 13 years old or young as 13. Number two, we have grandparents raising grandkids now and sending them to school, and they could be in their 70s and 80s. And then number three, because we have such a shortage of teachers and teachers' assistants, that's causing this problem. So teachers may have a class with 22 to 25 students. If I'm behind, it's hard for you to work with me one-on-one when you have 24 other students in that class.
Just one last quick question for you, Daniel. What is your message to this generation of parents, and how long do you think it's going to take us to catch up and close that gap, or will we ever catch up?
Well, our message is this. Spend more time with your children, reading with them, taking them out and exposing them to cultural things and things that will supplement what the teacher and and what the school is doing. Get them involved in extracurricular activities at the museum, African American History Museum, Parole Museum, in the city rec centers. Get them involved in those types of programs. That's going to help you reinforce what you're teaching at home, what the school is teaching.
Yes. And will we ever catch up? How long is it going to take us to catch up?
I think that we will catch up. It may not be this generation, but the next two generations will, because we're putting more focus now on non-traditional education, that we know that every child learns different, so we have different schools. And I'll give you an example. I was in a DISD school last week that's called the Early College High School, where you can start going to college when you're in the 9th grade, and it's done in partnership with DISD and the Dallas Community College District. This is a great way that when you finish high school, you have a 2-year associate's degree. So it's non-traditional educational things that we have to do.
All right. Well, Daniel, once again, the name of the foundation, and how can people get in touch with you and help you, make donations or volunteer? How can people reach you?
The name of it is Services of Hope. We're at 6540 Victoria, 75209. Our phone number is area code 214-276-0234. Our website where you can make a donation is www.servicesofhope.org or .org. And just give our office a call. Come by and visit us. We love volunteers. Love your donations. So please support us any way you can.
All right. Well, Daniel, look, good to talk with you, my brother, and keep up the good work, man. We might have to be calling on you pretty soon here.
All right. We look forward to it. Again, thank you, Dr. Ashley, and thank KHVN for the opportunity to be a community angel.